Hello everyone and welcome to Hogwarts Legacy Defeat Ranrok slash Kill Ranrok. Well, the official name is Kill Ranrok, but for preference you can call it just Defeat Ranrok. Tutorial for the story category. I think without further ado, this first video is basically a small pre-setup present before you run, so the preferences regarding of the settings for the game. So as always, I need to mention that first of all, if you're interested in having the route, the rating route that you can look up at throughout the entirety of the run, just in case, so you know not to get lost, I'll be linking down in description, in all of descriptions for the tutorial, the document which is basically the route which was used for this tutorial. And again, there's also an important stuff that I will be using the, first of all, pre-patched version of the game. Let me show again. There it is, this version, 11.26.182. Which, again, the down patching document will be linked down in description. It also contains the way to store it. For instance, as mentioned there, I have the game, the normal game that I downloaded from Steam on my hard HDD, the hard disk, and this version, the speedrunning version, is on my SSD. And of course, the most important, which would save you a lot of time, is house save file. Basically, it's the way to trick the game, thinking that one of the houses, you basically have a house linked in Harry Potter account slash, I don't remember how it used to be called already, the Visiting World, to say, for example, needing to have an account that has Ravenclaw linked and Hufflepuff linked for two different categories. It's just helpful overall. So I suggest reading that and setting it fully up. But without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial itself. So, firstly, this part is the preferences. So I use the windowed, the resolution. I have a 2K monitor, so this is not my full resolution. I have DLSS on ultra performance, on and boost, and importance about the frame rate. So even though it's not explicitly used in Ranrok anymore, there's a small glitch that is happening if you have quite the high FPS, and that the astronomy table minigame goes way fast. And so since it's hardware dependent, we ask people to cap on 120 FPS at max. So for your runs, this is the moderator, I must say, either you have to have, like me right now, somewhere the FPS count, which shows like it doesn't go too much exceeding from the cap. Either that, and it can be used either by using the returner. In my case, I prefer using the returner, as you see. You can use Steam for that too. It actually has an inbuilt feature for that. And another way, which is like not really recommended, either at the start of the run or at the end of the run, you show just that, yep, you have the frame rate locked. And the reason why I don't really suggest you using that method is that because, well, you can easily forget that, and if you forget, you have to recheck the run, and it's like quite a decent chunk by the time. It's like a long run, one of the longest. So yeah, I suggest just having the frame rate somewhere like here, either by returner or by Steam. The reason why, again, sadly we have to use the Steam version of the game and not the Epic Games, is that sadly Epic Game version does not support the down patching. It's only exclusive to Steam, so yeah, that's also one of the downside. So either you would have to own the game on Steam and buy it, since again the video tutorial is being recorded as of 19th of December, which means not a long time ago Epic was giving away Hogwarts Legacy. But yeah, the issue is that you can't downpatch, so either you have to own the game on Steam or play on current patch, which... oh, it's so problematic. For sure I can say that there's duping, which is not gonna work. We'll see it in the future, and some other small stuff also won't gonna work. So understandably you will be losing quite a lot of time. And it's gonna be closer to like the older routes, which are like from 2023 before we found the duping. So keep that in mind. Again, so frame rate capped maximum at 120 FPS, everything below is fine, that everything above is not fine. And also like either showing frame rate being capped or like having it somewhere visible all the time. Graphics, it doesn't really matter, but preferably, again, the lower the graphics, the faster the loads are gonna be, so I would suggest going all low, because, well, the run is already quite long. Why would you want to make it longer by, you know, having the load percent? In the controls options, again, most of the controls are up for you. This is generally what I use. You can see the only suggestion I would like to make, first of all, having 2 bindings on cast spell. The reason for that I'll try to show off during the part 1, but it's important, trust me. And outside of that, there's also an important thing, which is the cutscene skip. Yep, have it on one of the mouse's wheels. So in my case, it's mouse wheel up, so whenever I go wheel up, the dialogues are being skipped. And also I have the second binding. The reason is that, first of all, whenever you use the mouse wheel, you're making multiple inputs of the same action by just quick scrolling section. So it's gonna skip you a lot of cutscenes quite fast. Sorry, cutscenes, dialogues. But the reason we also have the secondary input is that, well, because the cutscene, when you skip, you need to hold them for a certain period of time. And the problem is that if you just spam the mouse wheel up steadily, the game will recognize as you basically stop holding and trying to do it like that's something like you're clicking fast but not holding, so the game is just like, nope, you're not gonna skip it. And since I'm also using the mouse wheel for dialogues, I generally suggest you unbinding the next option and previous option from like chooses. I don't know, it's just, you definitely don't want to accidentally, while skipping dialogue, choosing the wrong option. So I just use the second default binding, which is W and S. So that's it for the basic setup. Outside of that, here it's all up for your choice, for choices, for your choices and your preferences. Here again, I suggest having them all on, just in case. And of course, I really suggest you be careful, because none of the UI elements of your game has to be covered like fully. So in my case, I just have a fairly big game visible. I'll even make it a little bit bigger for you. So it's just a matter of like, if some of your UI being closed, it's hard to tell everything, and so it will be rejected. So keep that in mind, just in case. Outside of that, that's it for the setup for the game. In the next tutorial, of course, we'll be working on with the first day, which is like basically the first category, the first part of our run, and of course one of the category extensions. But again, since we are playing the Ranrok, we'll be playing not really optimal house for first day, so keep an eye in mind. But you can actually quite use it for a general understanding for the category, what to do and what to not do. And of course, even like until map chamber, it's quite a long segment, so we're gonna split it in quite a lot of segments, understandably, for of course making you watch easier, because again, literally the first day has so many tricks, so many stuff, including the intro, which is, well, it's gonna be hard to explain. So outside of that, thank you very much for watching this first part of the tutorial. I hope it helped you out at least a little bit with the basic setup for the game, and see you in actual part 1.